This is the CHRILLCAST. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
And this is our second attempt recording tonight because we were experimenting with new ideas for how to do this podcast. But today we're just going to stick with the normal format with me on one side and Will on the other side. And we'll see how it goes. All right. First topic. I'll let Will start. What are we currently playing?
I'm currently playing the Kingdoms of Amalur Reckoning. It's a Xbox 360 game. Might be on other systems, but I have it on 360. I got it because I was told it played kind of like Fable. The combat is kind of similar, but it has this really cool mode called the Fate Shift mode, which essentially is like a Mortal Kombat-esque execution mode, or fatality mode, and it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, and we saw some footage of that. It was pretty cool. A lot of takedowns with quick time events, right?
Actually satisfying quick time events.
Because there are not
something happens. Yeah, exactly. Call of Duty, essentially. Yeah. Oh my
gosh. You know what I really enjoyed for quick time events was actually Tomb Raider. Mm-hmm. I thought those were pretty satisfying sequences. They're very cinematic. Kind of different, very different from what you're talking about, because these are takedowns, whereas Tomb Raider is like a interactive movie quick time event, really.
Yeah.
Anyway, how about a game you're looking forward to?
So there's a couple of games I'm looking forward to. Obviously, Halo Infinite. I'm going to be labeled a Halo fanboy. I don't care.
We've only talked about it in the last 4 videos.
Like every video. I'm going to sneak it in every time.
Just like PewDiePie.
Yeah. Biomutant looks really cool.
Biomutant?
Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
It's like, it looks really interesting. It's kind of an RPG-esque type game. You play as like a little rodent, but like the world causes you to mutate and you get special abilities because you're living in like a radiated world, it seemed like. Looks really cool. It looks really interesting.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, and then Cyberpunk 2077. It's CD Projekt Red, man.
Oh,
Come
you're right.
What about you?
Cool.
What games are you looking forward to?
Shakedown Hawaii. I almost said Shakedown Miami, which I keep putting together Hotline Miami and Shakedown Hawaii into one title, but they're completely different things. I just pre-ordered Shakedown Hawaii, which I'm looking forward to getting, and it comes out officially on the 7th, so I think shipping will be starting shortly on those.
Cool.
Also looking forward to Persona Q2. I'm looking forward to seeing Fire Emblem Three Houses, because I do not currently own a Switch, even though you see all of these games behind me. I do not own a Nintendo Switch. I do have a Wii U, a GameCube, and a Super Nintendo, as far as Nintendo goes, but I don't own a Switch. So I'm looking forward to seeing gameplay and making a decision at that point in time, because that's probably the only game that could put me over the top on the Switch.
I know a game I would buy on the Switch, and buy the Switch
Halo.
Halo.
Donkey Konga.
Yeah, well, I do own Donkey Konga.
Do you guys end up picking it up?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get Barrel Blast too for the Wii?
I haven't gotten the Barrel Blast down. Actually, I haven't seen it for sale.
Barrel Blast?
Yeah.
It's not on the GameCube. It's on the Wii.
I just haven't seen it. I know what game you're talking about.
It's really cheap because it's not very good.
Yeah.
And I'm not biased either. I know it's not very good. It's like you take the nunchuck and the Wiimote and you just kind of pound it to go faster left and right and all that good stuff. Kind of not what was intended. It was supposed to actually use the Congos, and since they moved it to the Wii, they decided to use the Wiimote and the nunchuck instead, and it doesn't work out so well.
Okay.
Anyways, tangent over. Topic number 2. Fortnite plus teens equals sleep disorders. So just quick synopsis of what we talked about before. There are actual genes that allow people to get more sleep with less sleep, if that makes sense. Like somebody can survive on 4 hours of sleep and actually be refreshed with this particular gene mutation. It's been studied not a lot, but it has been correlated with short sleep duration people. The other thing, there are disorders that can cause a similar behavior in people that don't have the gene, and it just results in them being very tired. Without them necessarily knowing that they're very tired, because like we talked about before, when you're tired and you sleep short duration, you go into that deeper sleep and you don't experience all of the cycles you're supposed to. And so you don't feel well rested. You drink a lot more coffee. It hurts your circadian rhythm, i.e. your heart, which would be your cardiovascular. It can also impact your weight. It can put you at risk for diabetes and a lot of other various conditions. So for teenagers to be staying up till 2 a.m, waking up at 6 and going to school, I know they sleep in class, but whatever. It's just not good for their developmental state. And speaking from my own experiences, I don't have this issue, but knowing people that I grew up with that would stay up till 2, 3, 4 in the morning, get up at 6 in the morning, and then go to school, it was not good for them either. And I would try to go to bed at a normal time, like 10, 11 o'clock. And that's not normal. But no, I mean, there are some people, myself, I believe included, that run on 4 hours of sleep a night and have almost no side effects. I mean, I'm going to go to bed at after midnight at this point. What is your take? Well, do you think this is negatively impacting the children?
Yeah, I mean, any kind of distraction that's keeping them up till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock at night, and I already think school starts too early, so they're already running on too little sleep to begin with, and then they're adding on even less sleep. I mean, yeah, stress, unneeded stress, and they're not going to be performing as well, and their brains are not going to develop.
Well, I mean, just from your experiences working on a college campus, do you see this with the college kids?
Yeah, I mean, they have basically every distraction that you can have, and they have no problems being distracted by said distractions. I've actually had kids playing like PUBG and Fortnite in my class. And I'd be like, we're performing experiments right now. Stop looking at your phone. Yeah.
Well, what do you think the solution is? Should we be banning Fortnite?
Oh, yeah. So the original recording is I asked Chris this. No, I don't believe we should really ban basically anything.
Well, who's at fault here? Is it the kids? Is it the parents?
Well, I mean, if they're 8th graders, it's the parents. I mean, the kid definitely has responsibility to have some self-regulation. But
they're teenagers.
There comes a point where the parent needs to step up and be like, you're destroying your life, kid. And they need to actually be involved in that child's life to the point where they know they're going to sleep at a reasonable hour. I feel like that's like the baseline of what a parent can do.
Being a parent myself.
Yeah, give me the parent perspective. Yeah.
I would agree with your statement. I mean, if I'm not regulating, toddlers they need far more coaching than middle schoolers should need. Although,
we'll see. I'll talk about this in a couple of years.
My toddler, if I don't tell him to do something, he's just going to do what he wants, which, probably not always the best idea. Like right? These kids are staying up till 2 a.m. They have no idea what impact it's going to have on them. They're fearless, right? They don't know that this is going to hurt them in 10 years, 20 years, 30. I mean, maybe it'll hit them in 40 years. Oh,
they just wake up at a dead-end job because they, were so tired they didn't perform in school and weren't able to get a good job.
This is a topic you brought up, Will. Bioware, moving on from, I'm assuming, Anthem, because you didn't give me this part, to go work on Dragon Age.
Yeah.
I thought EA was doubling down on Anthem, which...
That's what they say, but they also announced that some of the top people from Bioware are now, the creative people, are moving on to work on the next Dragon Age game. They've, since that came out, they've released statements saying that they're going to double down on Anthem, but I think they're already giving up on that IP, in all honesty.
Well, why wouldn't they? I mean...
Yeah.
What do they have to gain? I mean, they're probably not making any more sales. Yeah, I mean, probably pennies on the dollar at this point.
It's already down to half price, and it came out like a month and a half ago?
Yeah, something like that. Well, how do you feel about that? You didn't buy Anthem, did you?
No. I'm disappointed because I saw Anthem, when it was first announced. It was being made by
I thought it looked
Bioware.
neat.
I was super pumped because I like there's not really a good game where you can fly around in an Iron Man suit. So I was pumped about it, and then they just bungled it. And they come to find out it wasn't just EA's fault; it was also Bioware's fault.
Well,
which is frustrating.
Well, the part that I think the biggest fault of EA is the schedule, right? You give BioWare another year to work on this game, and it's polished.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. But I think the release schedule was a little too aggressive, given that they said, here, use this engine that we use for Madden and create Iron Man suit physics within it. I mean, they had to rehash tools or create tools that didn't exist for the engine to make that work. That's why these load times are insane.
Yeah, because they want every single game to run on the Frostbite engine.
It's just you created an engine that works good for sports, works good for other EA properties, but then you try to apply it to a game like Anthem, which is a loot shoot game.
Yeah, it was stupid.
I mean,
they screwed up 2 games with it. They screwed up freaking what was the game they just made?
Mass Effect and Andromeda.
Mass Effect, that's what I was trying to say. Mass Effect, they bungled that game, and then they screwed up Anthem. It just sucks. So Dragon Age is probably going to suck too.
I don't think the Frostbite engine was ever intended to be used the way they're using it.
Oh, no, it wasn't at all.
I think that's a big problem. I mean, EA is mismanaging the resources and tools that they have.
Mm-hmm.
You could have done a lot more with paying the royalties for the Unreal Engine and building it there, which is built for that type of game, and then keep your Frostbite engine for your proprietary Madden and FIFA and all the other sports games, which are not loot shooters, which do not need the level of physics that Anthem needed. Or even, I mean, it's just different physics. Not like it's a level of, it's just different. Flying and the underwater stuff never was considered when the Frostbite engine was built, to my understanding.
No, it's a really old engine too. So
well, no, it's a newer engine. They created it for newer Maddens.
I thought Frostbite was made for DICE. It's DICE's engine for the Battlefield games.
Are you sure?
I'm actually pretty certain about this. You can look this up.
I am gonna look this up because now I'm like, I thought Frostbite was literally maybe the newest version of Frostbite was built for Madden.
EA uses it for every property now.
Man, that's not okay. Frostbite game engine, Wikipedia, best source for information on the web.
Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and change it so I'm
okay. Right. Oh yeah, 2008. You weren't kidding. It's been around a long time. Yeah, that's a lot longer than I thought. I thought it was invented for like 13 or 14, Madden 14 or so. Yeah, it made its debut in the Battlefield series. You're right. Yeah, good job, Will.
Mm-hmm.
You outclassed me on this one.
Yeah, I know some things.
Anyways, I mean that's even worse. You're condemning your game by using this old engine that wasn't designed for flying suits.
Mm-hmm.
That physics was never considered in the creation.
Nope.
Nor was the underwater part of the suit. This basically flying physics. You just got to slow down flying physics in the water, right? I mean, it's basically the same idea.
Yeah,
and we'll talk about video games translating to bad movies, because I don't know any video games that have translated well to a movie. How about you, Will?
Well, I was thinking about which ones there have been. I mean, the Mario movie was this
disaster
fire, and then
if you like B sci-fi movies, it works.
It was so freaking. I didn't know it was a Mario movie. And then there's the Doom movie, which was terrible. It's very popular sci-fi series.
Tomb Raider.
I liked the newer Tomb Raider. I thought it was okay.
I haven't seen the newest one.
It's okay. It's essentially just the first game.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like as in the rebooted series, yeah.
How about I had one on the tip of my tongue.
I know I just saw some. I can't think of what it was.
Sonic.
So, oh yeah, well, oh my god.
That preview.
I'm so thankful they're redesigning him. Oh, he was terrifying.
Oh, that could have been. Although Jim Carrey, I just he's not fat enough to be Dr. Robotnik and or whatever the heck they're calling him nowadays because they change his name on me every time I look him up. What's the other Dr. Eggman?
Yeah,
it's Dr. Eggman and Dr. Robotnik. I don't know what his name is.
I don't know.
Either way, Jim Carrey, really?
Yeah, it's gonna be weird. I don't know.
I thought he went off the deep end and nobody was hiring him.
Apparently, well, I mean, he's good enough for a Sonic movie. I don't know what that is.
I guess if you're off the deep end, you could still be a crazy guy in a movie, which is basically every role he ever plays is a crazy guy in a movie. The Persona 3 movie adaptation was really good, actually.
Aren't they? They're making something else that was a series.
Persona 5 anime. Huh?
They're making one of the game series that you really like. They're making into a movie. I just read today, but I can't remember what now.
What game series that I really liked?
I don't remember. Otherwise, I would have said it. I can't remember. I'd have to.
The Halo CGI movie wasn't bad.
Yeah, the
Was it Forward Unto Dawn?
Yeah, that one wasn't CGI. I liked the Forward Unto Dawn.
It's not CGI?
No, the Fall of Reach one is, but I didn't like it at all because they didn't show the actual Fall of Reach. So they didn't show the Fall of Reach. I was like, it's supposed to be based off the book, and it's not.
Well, I guess that'll do that, huh?
Yeah.
But yeah, the Mario movie is where it kind of all starts, and that's like one of the worst.
Yeah.
And there's the Mortal Kombat movie.
Oh yeah, those movies are kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine. Though they're so terrible.
It's cheesy. The Mortal Kombat movie.
Yes.
There's the Resident Evil movies.
Yeah, which are terrible, and they're nothing like the games.
I mean, the one was relatively terrifying when I saw it when I was like 10 years old or younger. I mean, I was terrified of that weird mutated thing that came after her. It was like, whoa. I saw one of them in theaters.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember which one, but I saw one in theaters, and I was more confused by the plot of that movie than I have ever been from any other movie I've ever seen. And I've seen Dreamcatcher.
Yes, Dreamcatcher is very strange. You mean the Stephen King movie?
Yes. That was one of the most confusing and strange movies I've ever seen in my life.
On another episode, I can explain it to you.
No. I've seen the movie like 10 times. It's just the first time I saw it, I was like, what? Wait, what? It was like one of those like,
Yeah. That's how I felt when I saw The Last Jedi. I walked out of that movie, it's like, what did I just see? They're making a Doom movie. It's going to be straight to DVD.
I saw that, yeah. Did you know that there was a Battletoads TV series?
What? No.
Yeah. So the whole reason Battletoads was made was to cash in on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles video games. Mm-hmm. And so Rare was like, yeah, let's make this. And Nintendo's like, ooh, let's make a TV series and sell it to the American audiences. Mm-hmm. And they made there's a pilot episode. It exists on YouTube. I've watched it. That's all I can say.
Is it like a puppet? Is it a guy in a suit?
No. It's cartoons.
Oh, okay.
Cartoons.
Well, I was thinking like the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle movies.
Oh, the movies. There's a Dead Rising movie. There's like 4 of them, and it is beautiful. Oh yeah. Oh my gosh, it is just the worst. And they did it on purpose. It was made by Sony. Anyways, if you want to watch a B-rated zombie movie, there you go. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
And we will see you
on the next CHRILLCAST.
My kids watch this video when they become teenagers. You may not stay up till 11 or midnight. Ever. Never.
Oh, you're that kind of parent, I see. Okay.
I'm driving Will insane right now.
No, I'm already insane. Yeah.
I mean,
You should
he's
have
like,
gotten Nick Cage for it.
but am I turtley enough for the Turtle Club?
Turtle.
Turtle. Oh, by the way, Eric had his baby.
Did he? Does he look
Maybe.
more like you or
He looks
him?
more like Sean. He looks more like
Or
Sean.
Sean. Interesting. I wonder how that worked out.
Oh man. Well, you know what they say.
I don't know if they say anything about this situation.
I don't either. But you know what they say.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. I'm Chris.
And I'm Will.
And we will see you on the next
CHRILLCAST. I think that's good. I think we just end that. That one's good too.